Sets. Exam preparation examples of sets. Part 1. You will find this from page 63 in the Namibian mathematics textbook, Y equals mx plus c to success. Part 1, grade 10, 11. Let's just go through a few of the basics. This is the symbol or the brackets that we use for sets. This is an element of, and if it's not an element, we draw a line through. If you see the n, it's not meaning write down the elements, it's the total of number of elements. So just count how many elements are in the set. If there's nothing in the set, you just either make the brackets with nothing in, or you make an O with a stripe through. And then complement, if you see that little dash of a set, so all the elements that is not in A. It's almost like you cover A and you write everything else down. Okay, but you say A prime or A complement. And then if you see this union, so if it's A union, so it means all, it's almost like you can throw it in. So all in A as well is in B. And if you see intersection, then it means A and B. What is in A, but what is also in B? Only that overflowing part. But then it will be like this. So can you see that this one can take, so it's actually, you will throw in everything, and this you just take that is in both. Okay, let's start with an example. Okay, I see 3 sets, I see alphabet letters, and I start. Use set notation to complete the statements for the Venn diagram above. So if I look at C, so C is an element, can you see, and there I wrote it, of A. Okay. And now I look at AME, it's that part. But I see it's the overflowing of A and B. So I'm just going to write that A, do you see A, intersection B. Okay. And if I say B and C, now look, B, there's nothing in. So it's either I just make the brackets with nothing in, or I make an O with a stripe through. And then list the elements of A, B, and C, so all together, but complement. Okay, so cover that. And the only ones that's left is this ones. And that is U, V, and W. And now this one. But remember there's an N. They don't want the elements. They want to know how many. But first write down the elements. So let's start. What is A's complement? So if you cover A and you write everything outside A, it's actually quite a lot. So just start with in B. So it's going to be X, S, and then we're going to go F, and then H. I'm now in C, J, K, and L. And then the outside, U, V, W. Okay. And now it's intersection and what is in C. So actually I can see it's the elements of C, but it's fine. So it's F, H, J, K, L. And now if I look what is in both, I can look F is in both, H is in both, J is in both. Okay, there is J. K is in both. And L is in both. But they want me to count how many. So it's just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is why the answer is just 5. Okay, let's start with the examples. Okay, so I want you to stop the video and I want you to do number 1. Again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Let's start. The Venn diagram shows 2 sets, A and B. Use set notation to complete the statement. So, if I look at this one, A, and it's the first one, I can say D, and there's a D. It's an element of set A. Okay, the second one, F and G. Okay, so you can see it's the intersection. So I can say F and G. You can just fill it in. I'm just doing it now. So it's A, the intersection of B. Okay, and then number B, Complete the statement. Now, N 6. So the answer must be 6. The total must be 6. Now, I think the easiest one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can just say that N of just set B, that will be 6. But there's another one. If I go and I say N of the complement of A. So if I cover that, I can also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So N and the complement of A will also be 6. So it's either this one or this one. Doesn't matter. You don't have to write both. Okay. Again, I want you to do the same. I want you to stop the video and I want you to do number 2. You can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Let's start. Number 2. The Venn diagram shows the number of learners in a group of 30. It's always nice to know there's 30 who have brothers, sisters, and cousins. Okay, so they start. It's almost like they're asking, write down the number of learners who have brothers. So it's almost like they ask you the total of that. So it's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know that total is 8. Okay, so I'm just going to say that's going to be 8. So in that set of brothers is 8. Number B. Write down the number of learners who have cousins but not have sisters. Okay, so they must have cousins but not sisters. So it's the cousins but scratch the sisters. Do you follow? So it's just this 2. So it's 8 plus 3 and that will just be 11. Okay, now number C. Find. And now I like to always write down a few things. So B, union, S, union, C, complement. Okay, so it's actually easy because it's all 3, do you see? And what is the complement? If you cover that. So then it's only one that will be left, the amount, and that will be 2. So that's a nice one. Then number D, use set notation to describe the set of learners who have both cousins and sisters, but do not have brothers. Now, I'm just going to clean it first. Okay, so let's just read it again. So, the set of learners who have both cousins and sisters, are you with me? But not have brothers. So, it's almost that one. Cousins and sisters, but not brothers. So, I think it will be good if you're going to say, it's going to be the this 2, okay, intersection. So it's going to be intersection of S, intersection of cousins, sisters and cousins. So it's 1 and 7, but not the 1. So bring another intersection and make it B's complement. Do you follow? So as soon as you say B's complement, it's all the outside. And I can even show you that it's correct. So if I'm looking at this, let's just write it down that you can see that it's correct. So what is this one? If you look at this one, the intersection C, that will be 1 and 7. But then, so it's that one. Then B's complement will now actually be 2, 7, 8, and 5. 2, 7, 8, and 5. Actually, I must first write the 5. Doesn't matter. Okay, but now intersection. So then it's bringing me to that 7. Okay, but so they must have sisters and cousins, but not brothers. Okay, but that is what they were looking for. So if somebody is writing it like this, say that person is going to say, yes, you can. I think it's going to be the same if they swap it and just write it like this. Okay, it's going to be the same answer. Doesn't matter, that order. Okay, that was a bit a more challenging one. I'm going to go to the last one. This is a nice one. So again, stop the video, quickly write it down. It's not a long one. And again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay, let's do number 3. Use set notation to describe the shade in the region. Can you see it's A? You see A and B, union. And then it's just the outside. So it's the outside of A union with B. And that's how you're going to do it. Okay, let's start with example 2, shading. And they love asking this in exams. So, and it's really not so difficult. So just practice it nicely. So let's start. Shade the correct regions in each Venn diagram. Let's start with number A. Now, I think I did a little bit a different method in the textbook, but I think in the videos I also use this method because I think this is sometimes a little bit easier than just shading with different shades. Okay, so let's start. I number each region and I find the solution of this set and then do the shading. So this outside region, okay, let's just go and see. This outside is 1. That little part is 2. That little part is 3. And that little part is 4. And now I do it. So I say Q. What is in Q? 3 and 4. What is in P's complement? Cover 1 and 4. Do you see? 1 and 4. But this is union. So if I say it's going to 1, 3, and 4. And I'm going to shade then region 1, region 3 and 4. So the only one that's not shaded is then 2. Okay, so you can make a rough sketch, do your thing, and then just go and do your shading there. Okay, really not that difficult. Let's bring in a third one. So this is K union L intersection M's complement. But remember, I break it up. But now there's just more regions. So I call this outside region 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every region is having a number. And now I start. So if I say K union L, so K and L, it's all that elements. Okay, so it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you see all that elements? Okay, then intersection and M's complement. So cover M, cover, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now what is in both? Okay, so let's see. I see 2 is in both. Do you see that? I see 3 is in both, and I see 4 is in both. Okay, so it's 2, 3, and 4. And now I go and I just shade region 2, region 3, and region 4. And that's how my sketch looks. It's really nice if you do it with this method. Okay, so I want you, and I'm going to do it like this. I want you to stop the video and I want you to do A. And then you can look and then you do B. And then you do C and then D. And every time C. And as I said, what I will do is I'll make a rough sketch and then I'll come and I shade it on the original one. Okay, so let's start with number A. Okay, so my rough sketch, I think if you do it with pencil inside, it will also work. But I'm just going to now just make it here on the outside. And it's going to be X complements intersection with Y. Okay, now again, remember, I call this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is X complement? That's going to be, so cover X, so it's going to be 1 and 4. You can now look at that sign. What is Y? What is in Y? It's 3 and 4. And what does this sign mean? This sign means in both. So what is in both? 4. So basically, it will just be that region 4. So I can go and I can just be careful that you don't take a ruler. Don't have to color it in. Let me take my ruler. Then it's looking a little bit better. So I'm just going to make sure that I indicate. Am I with the ruler? It seems to me, okay, that I'm covering all that area. Okay, and that's how you do it. Again, you can stop the video and then try B because you have an idea now, and then you can continue. Okay, let's start with number B. Okay, I just want to have still my ruler here. Okay, then I have to get off my ruler. Okay, so let's just go, and again, it's C and it's D. So it's C intersection D's complement. Again, write down your numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now just go and say, what is in C? It's just 2 and 3. What is in, I like to use this brackets. What is in D's complement? So cover D and it's 1 and 2. And again, it's intersection. Okay, so what is in both? If I look in both, I just see 2 in both. So that's 2. So I'm just going to cover where 2 is. So I go to my ruler and I'm just going to color in that part. And just make sure you do it nicely, that you don't skip, that you can really see it's that part, but not that part which is part of T. Okay, so that was nice. Now we go to 3 and let's see if it's still staying nice. And practice this. They love asking this, as I said, and it's really not that difficult. Okay, I want you to do number C. Again, you can continue the video. This is again my C. Okay, I just want to make it bigger. And then I'm coming with my sets. Okay, 1. Okay, and it's A, B, C. It's A, B, C. Okay, and again I have my region. So this is the outside 2. Now it will just be more, but it's fine. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter where you just give every region a name. Okay, now I'm going to start by saying it's A union B's complement intersection C. And remember, I like breaking it up. So I'm going to start. I'm first going to say what is in A. Okay, so let's just say A, it's 2, 3, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. And now it's union with B's complement. So if you cover B, it's 1, 2, 5, 8. 1, 2, 5, 8. Okay. Now, can I just bring you this before I go on? So if I'm going to make this, okay, well, can. So it's the union. So if I'm going to union, so it's going to be 1 because I'm getting this one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. Okay, and now C. What is C? C is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. And now, oh, look at this. Okay, oh, this is, just look at that sign. So don't get the incorrect. It is intersection. So what is in both? It looks 5 is in both, 6 is in both, and 8. So I'm going to cover 5. Oh, let's just get another color. I'm going to color 5. And I'm going to color 6. And I'm going to color 8. Do you see? So if I look here, it was, and I want to take my ruler again. So it was this one. Let's just go. Oh, sorry, my pen is not. Don't make mistakes there. Oh, come on. And then this one also. Okay. So I want you to stop the video and I want you to do number D. Again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay, let's start. Number D. I just want to get my pen first. Correct. Then I'm just going to make a rough sketch. But you can work in pencil on that sketch. I just don't want you that it becomes too messy. Okay. So, and it's very easy just to redraw quickly this. Okay, and then I'm just going to write, this is P, Q, and R. And the elements, okay, now I'm just going to name it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now I'm just going to say it's P, union, Q, intersection, R, complement. Okay, if you can see it on the picture, then do. But let's start with P. What is P? 2, 3, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. Don't forget it's union. Now, if I look at this one, it's Q intersection R. Now, where is Q and R? Do you see? So what will that be? Can you see that? You can even write it here. It's going to be 6 and 7, but it's the complement. So it means all the elements except 6 and 7. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. I forgot 4. 3, 4, 5, but not 6 and 7 because that's the intersection. 6 and 7, and then but 8. Do you see that? Okay, now I'm just going to throw everything. Remember, this is union. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be 4, and it's going to be 5. And there is the 6 with that one. So not 7 and 8. So I'm going to shade everything except 7. Do you see that? So I'm going to shade everything except, and you can do it. I want to do it on the other one. I'm not doing it nicely now. Okay, but you're going to shade everything except. Okay, so let's do it nice. Let's do it nice. So I know that this little part is not shaded. So let's just take the pen and I'm just start and I shade. And I shade. And I just must concentrate which part is not shaded. Okay, so it's just going to be that little part. Okay, so it's going to be still shading. And it's shading. And it's shading, 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 shading. Okay, do you see? Can you see? As long as you leave that little part where there is 7, if you leave it unshaded, then you will be correct. That's how you do it. This is a list of the bookshops where you will find the y = mx+c mathematics textbooks.